brain behind it.
Check, baby, check. Okay, we're live. It's high noon, and this is LA2M. Thank you for coming, folks. This is our exciting end of year panel, which is going to be awesome. My name is Derek Maribon, CEO of Genix Digital Marketing, and I tend to kick off these events. This is, I don't know, it feels weird just because we switched to a monthly format, so I feel like I haven't seen you all in a while. But LA2M is a monthly meeting with great speakers. It's $5 to attend, which hopefully isn't too much. The lunch you can buy from Conor O'Neill's. They have really good lunches. I recommend the fish and chips, really good. And we do have a LinkedIn group. We have Twitter. We'll be live tweeting this event, so any brilliant things that our speakers say will be live tweeted by Emily in the back from LA2M. And follow along. Use the hashtag LA2M if you have any questions or whatnot. But we've been doing this now for, I think this is our 6th year? 7th year, jeez. 7th year, so this is the last meeting of our 7th year. And it's going pretty well. As you can see, good people come, we get really smart speakers. And it's a cool organization. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. So we do this as a service to the community. People learn a lot here, maybe you meet some good people. Is there any first timers? Anyone first time LA2Mers? Okay, welcome. Well, what brings you out to LA2M today?
We're with the Paint Pour in Ann Arbor, and we're just looking for great places to come across to.
Okay, Paint and Pour, that's a cool concept. Isn't that where you like go on dates and you paint and then you drink some wine? Is that right?
Yeah,
okay.
Like that.
So that's cool. So just so you guys know, at the end of this, at 12:45 our speakers will be done, and at 12:45 everyone will get to introduce themselves. So you can tell us a little bit more about Paint and Pour, and we'll go all the way around the room, and we always finish by 1. We're really particular about finishing on time, so you will be able to go back to work or wherever you go at 1 o'clock, go to the golf course. So
it is work for some of us.
It is work. So before we introduce our speakers, I'm going to bring Jim Musial up here. He's Vice President of LA2M. Let's give him a round of applause, folks. Jim Musial. He's going to talk about sponsors.
Hi everybody, glad you're all here today. It's nice to see everybody on this beautiful day, and we've got a great session for you today. It is kind of bittersweet that today is the last day of our this season, and it was a great season. I know a lot of you guys have been here over the whole course of this year, and we've had a lot of great speakers. But we, as a group, can't bring you LA2M without the help of our sponsors, and we're very grateful to our sponsors. This year, we've been fortunate to have a platinum sponsor who has been our annual sponsor, and that's been Briarwood Mall. Yeah, absolutely. Briarwood Mall has been a big supporter of LA2M. Denise Murray has been here, spoken here a few times, and there's a lot of opportunities at Briarwood Mall. So if you'd like some information on Briarwood Mall, I'd be happy to share with you. We have some information we can share, but we're really appreciative of that. So make sure you patronize Briarwood Mall, especially if you're here in the area. We also have monthly sponsors, and we've had great monthly sponsors throughout the year. One of the reasons I wanted to talk today is because even though today's our last session, we're going to start planning for the fall, and we're really hoping to line up our sponsorships for September and October, November, December. So if you or your company would be interested in being a monthly sponsor here, please see me after the session today. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. There's also information on our website that talks about sponsorship, and you can contact us, and we'll be happy to tell you all the details about it. It's a great opportunity to get some exposure to your company, maybe if you're a startup in the area and would like to get some instant exposure. We have an email that goes out to about 1,700 qualified names of marketing people, and as a monthly sponsor, you get included into that email. So it's a good opportunity, as well as getting up here and talking at each session. So we're fortunate today also to have our monthly sponsor, and it is Benmar, as you can see up on the screen here behind us. And Tom Bobany is here, and I'm going to have him come up here. He's got a few words he'd like to share about Benmar, but we are appreciative that Benmar is our sponsor today. So Tom, if you could come up, appreciate it.
First of all, what a privilege to be here and sponsor. I am dressed up today. I'm local Ann Arborite, and usually you'll see me in a pickup truck, jeans, and a t-shirt. So, but Benmar and Jackson Dawson. The Jackson Dawson is basically known as marketing to the automotive sector. So I brought with me a couple slides, a quick video, and it's just a privilege to be here today with this panel, especially having the mayor on board, and hope he appreciates the red carpet. So with that, I guess I'll show my slides. Is that okay, Derek?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
And I'll just kind of walk through quickly. Benmar is brand new. We have a website which is benmardesigns.com. It's not mobile yet. However, you can get it on your desktop. What we do is we design, build, and deliver. And when I say design, build, and deliver, we have a CNC machine. We have over 200 craftsmen in-house. So we're basically one of the brand new on-the-scene startup exhibit companies. We're based in Southgate. Our headquarters is in Dearborn. We have offices in LA, New York, even Beijing. The video really tells the story, and I'll start with that. Oh, besides Ford, I just want to mention Dr. Pepper Tour. So this is a good example of case studies. Dr. Pepper is a mobile marketing tour that rolls around the United States from Dr. Pepper towards the Hispanic and Latino community. If you recognize Pitbull, we kicked this off 5 years ago with Pitbull the rapper, and of course he's worldwide, and we followed him. So that will be in Chicago, where I will be on Saturday morning. With Ford, we did over 2,000 kiosk displays. Every dealership in North America, up in Canada, would receive basically a touchscreen kiosk. A lot of kiosks have gone from hands-on to interactive. So we do hands-on, we do interactive. Let me show you a picture of our building, or a video of our building in Southgate, and that will better describe us.
That's a big building.
Yeah, it's a really nice building.
That's pretty big, isn't it? Call that a rock. No, and so basically we're an exhibit house. We can build and design just about anything. We actually produced our own video for this. And like I said, it's a privilege to be a sponsor. If I can help anybody in Ann Arbor, a lot of nonprofits. I understand you're under strict budgets. I got a red carpet here today. If you need it, just make sure you grab my card and put Derek's name in the subject, and I'll make sure that we have it available for free for nonprofits. Okay? With that, turn it back to Jim.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you very much, Tom. We appreciate that, Mark. So again, I'll turn the mic back over to Derek so he can introduce the panel, but I wanted to, again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your sponsorship. For those of you that have sponsored this past year, over the summer, you'll probably hear from me if you have, and I'd like to talk to you about it again for in the fall. So if you'd like more information, see me after the meeting. So enjoy today's session.
Thanks, Jim. Tom, you can just close the computer during the time. We don't need a background. But, so anyways, our speakers, our amazing speakers today. Without further ado, we'll start down here. So Amy Nesbitt from the Ann Arbor Summer Festival. How many of you have been to the Ann Arbor Summer Festival? Formerly called Top of the Park. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So it's great. I love it. It's great fun for the kids and whatever. It's good summer entertainment. So Amy Nesbitt. Then we have Matthew Altruda, who dressed up for this occasion. I love that. Very Ann Arbor, Matthew Altruda. He affectionately known as Tuna. You see him everywhere. He's driving a green bus, and he's Sonic Lunch. Sonic Lunch, and he does other cool things. He's a part owner of that AFC Ann Arbor, the new soccer club in Ann Arbor. Has anyone been to a game? Anybody? Okay, good. Yeah, go out and attend. They got some really great games. It's held at Pioneer High School, so that's cool. But he's Sonic Lunch. He's a music man. And next we have Mo Riley from the famous and infamous Ann Arbor Art Fair. I love the Ann Arbor Art Fair. I mean, I grew up in the Detroit area, and that was always a special time to come into Ann Arbor. It was like the event, you know, and so I love it. And living and working downtown Ann Arbor, I love the art fair because it gives me something to do at my lunch hour to see all the art. So I'm really excited to hear what's coming this year with the art fair. And our moderator, I don't know if you know this guy. He's tall, and he's also the mayor. And his name is Christopher Taylor, and he's a really, really good guy. And he works at Hooper Hathaway, so he's a lawyer.
Exactly.
He's a lawyer at day, and at night he turns into mayor. Now, I think he's mayor all the time, but he's kind of like Superman, great guy. He's a man about town, and he volunteered to come moderate, which I'm so grateful. So I'm going to hand this handheld over to the panelists. Christopher's going to be our moderator. We will take some fan questions a little bit later, but let's get started. Welcome our panel.
All right.
Excellent. So thank you so much. That was outstanding. It is again, I'm Christopher Taylor. I'm the mayor of Ann Arbor, and I work at Hooper Hathaway down on Main Street. And
Imagine maybe hold the mic. I think when it lays down, and you hold it, it might be better.
And I'm delighted to be here to moderate this panel on Ann Arbor's downtown festivals. One of the great things about living in Ann Arbor and working in Ann Arbor is the activity that we have downtown, which is tremendous and vital. And it's our job in the city and honestly our job in the community to advance that, to support it, because it's one of those things that really makes our quality of life outstanding here in the city. And it will come as no surprise to you, although these festivals come around time and time again, that a tremendous amount of hard work goes into making them happen. People don't just show up from hither, thither, and yon into some cool thing that's happening. They have to be educated about it and brought here and entertained whilst here. And so what I'd like to do now is send the microphone down the panel and hear a little bit about the festivals that we have in the city. Let us know who you are, what you do, what your festival is all about, and what we can expect from it this year.
Great. Well, I'll start because I'm holding the mic.
Excellent.
Thanks, Christopher. Thanks, everyone, for coming, and it looks like a great turnout. I'm glad that you guys think that we've got some great ideas to share, and I'm actually really curious to hear what my co-panelists also have to share. So on the tables, you'll see the calendar for the Ann Arbor Summer Festival. So we are a 501c3, and we were co-founded by the City of Ann Arbor and the University of Michigan, but we operate autonomously. And we put together about 150 events that take place over just under 4 weeks. 90% of those events are admission-free, which is, so far, we haven't been able to find any other event in North America that parallels that. So I think it's a great testament to how strong this community is in supporting arts and culture, because you just couldn't pick this up and do it anywhere else. I think it speaks really well to the community's support of what we do and really embracing this is an important quality of life. I'm biased. I think it's one of the key qualities of life of being in Ann Arbor, but I'm biased. So from that, I'm going to hand it over to the mic to Matthew.
Thank you, Amy. I'm Matthew Altruda. I'm one of the curators of Bank of Ann Arbor's Sonic Lunch. And to give you an idea, the thought behind Sonic Lunch is you're working in the city, you're at your cubicle, it's a beautiful 85-degree day, you're tired of being indoors, you just want to get outside and see some sun, and you can walk down the street and get totally rocked in a giant concert on your lunch break and go back to work. It's supposed to be to improve your quality of work life in the city. Granted, there's a lot of people that don't work that come, and that's awesome too. But it's basically what we're trying to do at the Bank of Ann Arbor. The thought is, with live music and dancing, it builds community. It's where you meet your spouse, it's where you bring your kids, and it's just a great event. And it gets people moving and meeting people. I think it's no surprise that live music has been bringing people together for 10,000 plus years, and we're just trying to keep that tradition alive.
We're getting a little close. Be back there. Go.
I'm Mo Riley. I am the Executive Director of the Ann Arbor Street Art Fair. There we go. The original, which is the original of the 4 fairs that now make up what we affectionately call the Ann Arbor Art Fair. We've come a long way to build that partnership, and we're proud to say it's 4 fairs, 1 event. It's 56 years old. I think it's one of the characteristics that makes Ann Arbor, puts Ann Arbor on the map, actually. The street fair was just named as the number 10 fair in the United States by USA readers of USA Today Readers poll. So that's significant. This is a really small community, and to have an arts and culture representation nationally that we do is something that we should all be very proud of.
Excellent. Yeah, sure. I'll take it too. So that's a little bit about the fairs the fairs and festivals that we have in the summer. Some of them. Let's, I guess, now hear what you each do to bring people into your events, whether that's local or from outside the ring.
Well, I guess, the art fair is a little bit different than the other 2 events because we really are a regional and national drawing event. And we're partly grandfathered into the world of media and marketing because we are so old, not that we can rest on our laurels, but it does help when you have the reputation and the brand that's known as well as the art fair is. We have a PR firm that represents us in our traditional media, and we have a firm represented by Hello from Pack Mode here that handles our social media, and we couldn't do it without them, really. We have 4 executive directors, none of which have a ton of marketing experience, so we turn to outsiders to help us. We're also very fortunate to have a tremendous partner in the Ann Arbor Convention and Visitors Bureau, which does a lot on our behalf, marketing outside of the community of Ann Arbor.
Well, I think personally, teamwork is the dream work, and Ann Arbor loves festivals, loves live music, loves collaborating. So you put something out there that's a great product, and you're consistent, and it's well run, and people want to come out and attend it. I think one of the strengths that Top of the Park and Sonic Lunch have is we're consistently strong with great music acts. You come to Sonic Lunch, you have no idea who the music act is. You're going to be very impressed and very happy and pleased when you walk away. Social media has absolutely been a huge part of our rise. And a lot of that is with the interaction we have with either be Twitter, Facebook, and all the other platforms we use. But a lot of it is the big draws. We've been very fortunate to have like Darren Chris, which brought fans into Sonic Lunch from all over the country, even world. And like Michelle Shamuel, who were flying in from California. So it really gives an opportunity for us to bring in big artists to attract the surrounding areas. And once they come once, we kind of got them hooked because we put a lot of passion into it to have a great event. And I think we're being consistent again this year with doing the same thing.
Well, I think I'll add to the comments that these guys have started with and maybe elaborate a little more on some things that the Summer Festival has been doing over the years as it applies to marketing. One of the things that I really love about the collaborations that we do at the Summer Festival is that we work with so many different peers, colleagues, other nonprofits, other units of the university, even within the programs that we do, and we look at that as it's like density, it's coalition building, where maybe our team wouldn't have quite the reach into, say, LSNA if we were just doing traditional marketing, be it print, radio, digital, what have you. But by having those partnerships and involving different folks in the community, essentially different communities, there's an entirely different kind of reach and invitation to check something out that maybe your group has affinity with or that speaks to what you're interested in. And for us, because the breadth of what we do, because we're a festival, it's not just going to a standalone concert when you buy a ticket and you go to a show and then you enjoy that show and you split. It's a summer festival, so ideally, you're going to go out and check out a local food vendor. Maybe you're going to hang out after the show at the Power Center because there's a great movie on the outdoor inflatable screen. There's the opportunity, if you're inquisitive, to check some other things out. So that's part of why, for us, doing a coalition building and braiding with other organizations like Ann Arbor Film Festival, I see here, and other folks, as well as what happens digitally, particularly with the artists that we work with. We're really fortunate in that we're presenting roughly about 85 musicians and circus troops. So I'm not even touching all the yoga instructors and all the folks who run Kids Zone's activities like Leslie Science or whatever. So every one of those artists typically have a pretty strong following all their own. So when they're posting about their show with us, and they're going to be at this festival, the reach becomes exponential. It's fantastic when someone who's really excited about one single artist and they email us and they're like, wait, is that free outside? And they're coming from Indiana or Chicago or whatever, they make a weekend of it. And similarly, we have great partnership with CVB and all kinds of folks who are downtown restaurateurs. So it's not just that experience of coming to the festival, it's all of that ripple effect of checking out Ann Arbor, of enjoying our culture. Maybe somebody was here scouting a job or looking at joining the university in a master's program or something like that. So all of that braids together and works together for reach in a way that is not what most people think about traditional marketing. We kind of think about that as a little more sort of grassroots and street team almost, because it's peer-to-peer and it has amazing push. I'll take this opportunity to talk about something that I'm wildly proud of that we were able to introduce 3 years ago and have just launched the newest version of our mobile app. So the big thing that this translated to us, aside from the fact that major festivals who around the country use it, or use apps in general for festivals, is the difference in print material of the historic takeaways, the flyers, the programs, all of that, that's changed immensely with the people really embracing using a digital app because they're carrying their device with them all the time. They can build their own schedule. So those kinds of changes in what we're doing to reach audience in the way they want to get their information have been huge. So to me, that sort of is a natural dovetail with what's happening digitally with the collaborations among our peers and colleagues that goes to this other level that's not just simply buying ads in a print run or, what have you. So with that, I'll pass it back.
Excellent, and I should say, although, I'll come up with fascinating questions without a doubt. If you have interesting questions or mundane questions or questions that just pop up, those are often the most important in a conversation such as this. So please, I didn't mean right now.
Oh.
No, I'm just Yeah, sure, what's your question?
It's for Amy. I know you're, quote, moving this summer, but it looks the same to me. Isn't it on the pavement in front of Rackham?
I'm going to re-ask the question so that folks on the web can hear it. The question relates to the Summer Festival and its consistency in the context of its new location.
That was nicely stated.
You're very kind.
Thanks for that question. And actually, I'll also speak for my friend Mo Riley here because her art fair has also been relocated due to construction at the university for 2015. So actually, we've moved top of the park. We have, if I didn't say so earlier, there's multiple series of the Ann Arbor Summer Festival. So I'll take this moment to explain some branding. So the Ann Arbor Summer Festival is its own 501c3, but because we have two concurrent programs, one's outdoor, top of the park, the other's indoor and ticketed called Main Stage. So those are the really big concerts at Hill Auditorium and Power Center. So folks locally would know one or the other. And really, truly, there were people who had lived here 10, 15 years and only knew one or the other. So that's why over the last, say, 5 or 6 years, as I see some of my friends from Fire Branding, who is our lovely branding firm that we love working with, and many of you know they're in the back there, helped us rebrand how locals were understanding the festival and how this all worked, and ideally, hopefully, we're crossing across those boundaries. So, top of the park, the outdoor location since 2006 has been on Washington Street in front of the steps of Rackham Graduate School. This year, it has moved essentially 1 block south to where we're closing North University Avenue going both directions and going south between the Natural Sciences and Chem building towards the flagpole and the diag. So imagine T. So it's moving 1 block south in a T formation. And the guys are out there building right now if you actually want to go see where the food booths are landing and all of that good stuff. As well as our friends at MLive, I think, are publishing later today some of our more detailed maps so that people can see where things are. But I'll turn back to my friendly app and say, if you want to map how many steps from your office the hot dog vendor is, you can GPS it. Because every single thing that we do out at top of the park and everywhere else across the city are in the app for that reason. So when people are coming in from Novi or whatever and they're unfamiliar with Ann Arbor or how to get around with maybe not such helpful signage at the university, they can use that app to figure out where they're going to park and when things are open and walk it or bike it or drive it. So look for that more detail on MLive, but I would encourage you to get our app if you want really good mapping.
I'd like to just add to that, not only does it affect the street art fair, it affects the Townie Street Party, which this year will also be moving to North University. In much the same footprint that Top of the Park is. And that's on Monday night, kicks off Art Fair Week in Ann Arbor. Everybody's invited to come down and join that celebration too. In addition, I just wanted to mention, Amy talked about the mobile app, and it's also important, it's extremely important to the art fair. Over 1,000 artists are listed in the Art Fair mobile app. It tells you what booth they're in, you can geolocate them, you can see pictures of their work, you can see where they're from. I can't imagine really traversing the art fair without it anymore. And even though we still have paper versions, the app just has so much more information than we could ever have put out prior to having mobile capability.
Yeah.
You talked about collaborating as a group, do you ever collaborate with like other cities? For example, like Grand Rapids has art prize, do you ever use art prize or anything from other city fairs, festivals?
The question is whether or not there can be, or rather to ask the panel to discuss the level of collaboration and cooperation with the city of Ann Arbor, but also with jurisdictions outside the city.
It's something that we thought about, have not actually implemented, though. We certainly support our friends in Grand Rapids and Art Prize, and it's an interesting concept that we certainly think about trying to steal, in quotes, pieces that might be appropriate to improve our art fair. But it's something to definitely look at in the future.
Sonic Lunch has definitely done this just because of the baking industry in general is always watching each other. But there is a festival in Edmond, Oklahoma called Heard on Heard, which is on Heard Street with the Citizens Bank in Edmond. And they saw what we were doing with Sonic Lunch and reached out to us and said, we'd love to do this to build community in our market. And we've been working with them. I'm actually going to go out to Oklahoma in July and see their festival and how they're doing and with their social media. So absolutely. For us, a lot of cities are looking, a lot of banks and there's community banks in their community are seeing what we're doing and looking to build music community also, which is really exciting because it's just an opportunity for people to see great music.
Definitely yes, on every level we can. We collaborate, we borrow, we do what we call block booking with a lot of talent. I'll give an example. One of the artists that we're bringing in this season from Sweden, the McManus Show, are on tour in the US. We actually met with folks at New York City Summer Stages, the Chicago Contemporary Circus Festival, the Toulouse Contemporary Circus Festival in Montreal, and the reason that we got that program was we got on the tour because we collaborate, and we would have otherwise never been able to afford to bring them in, certainly not from Sweden. And we do this with all kinds of things that we learn from other colleagues who are doing this work across North America. We've had other colleagues contact us from the Walton Arts Center in Arkansas who love what we do at Top of the Park. And if you don't know, this is the Walmart family, Sam Walton, it's that family. They have built a giant performing arts center and wanted to do a summer festival and came and met with us and looked at what we were doing. Similarly, Indiana, Bloomington also came last summer to see what we were doing. And we go and visit other events and festivals, cities, university municipalities who are doing this. So we try and share ideas and best practices, and in many cases actually are able to do things like certain shows because we're shouldering the expense together. There's an organization in Reno who was so excited when they saw our Give 3, Keep It Free program out at Top of the Park. They literally called up and said, "Can we steal this? And how did you do it?" And we're very happy to share our information, particularly because they're so far away. It's a little challenging when there are folks who are very nearby who are excited about some different practices, and it can be challenging when it's not unique enough that they haven't really held it and made it their own and made that signature. Having exact replicas of different branding or different programming, in some cases happening within weeks of each other, can sometimes be a little challenging if there's not that differentiation about what it is you're doing in your community. Maybe your community's half an hour away, but it's really great to take a step back and look at the lessons learned, but make it your own. You know, be it what your community responds to, or what's unique about the performers where you are, or what your community wants to see in your outdoor fair or festival. I think that's probably, to me, the most important takeaway for that sharing. Everyone does it, but I think it's super important to make it your own.
Amy and I share a lot.
We do. And Mo and I share a lot.
Yeah, we do. Amy and I share a lot as well. I think we all collaborate internally in Ann Arbor, and I know art fairs around the country, certainly we talk with our colleagues, but like Amy said, we're not in the same market, so we share ideas. Some may work here in Ann Arbor and not work in Denver. Some that work in Denver don't necessarily work here. But it's a small industry, so we are very close.
It's actually interesting. There is, in this space, collaboration and cooperation is something that is, it's very deep in the ethos, and that's kind of distinct in some respects from a commercial environment where branding would be, would be more exclusive, and that would be sort of a given for the culture. But as Amy indicated, I do trademark work in addition as a lawyer down the street. And this question of finding a distinctive trademark, what is the geographic scope of your usage? Should you obtain a federal registration for your mark in order to preclude third parties from using it outside of your natural jurisdiction? These are questions that are obviously important to businesses all the time, but they are also important to festivals and civic events. And there is this additional complication of the ethos of collaboration and working together, which sometimes knocks into solid exclusive branding practices. But that's just a thing. It's one of those aspects of the organization, aspects of the operation that's just going to be a given, and it's an interesting operation. Are there other questions from the audience? I have one or two. We don't go to, but I prefer to defer. Well, while you think, I guess one thing that came to my mind as you were all talking about your different festivals is that you each have a fairly broad set of audience that you need to address. What do you do on the marketing side? Well, first off, what do you do to identify those distinct audiences, and then what do you do on the marketing side that accesses those audiences in a different manner?
Every few years, and this year being one of them, we conduct intercept interviews on site to try and get information on our demographic. The prior survey was done in 2008, and it tells us where the majority of people are coming from, where they live, how much money they're spending here, if they've spent had an overnight stay, how much they spend on whether it be lodging, shopping, eating, and art as 4 separate categories. And we know that the art fair, our demographic is really heavily female, and it's actually, Bilal, you may have a better answer than I on this one, but I think it's like 35 to 54. It's actually surprisingly, we're very pleased to see that it's tracking younger than it had previously. So that's something we're excited about. We do make decisions sometimes based on our target market and trying to maximize our reach to the people that we know like the art fair, but that's also complicated by trying to reach people that aren't necessarily in our standard demographic, and our challenge becomes how do you reach and breed new audience members. So I wish I had a magic bullet that would tell us how to do that, but we certainly strive to.
I think consistent branding over years educates the Ann Arbor market that loves live music and loves having a great time. I mean, this city absolutely worships the arts. So we have an unfair advantage putting out a great product in the city because people really respond to it. I mean, Amy talked about it earlier, but the more you can create gravitational pull with the arts, the more people are going to come in, and that person-to-person connection, whether it be social media or photos or joining the conversation, goes so far. Attracting all the different demographics, whether it be street polls or taking out an ad in the Ann Arbor Observer, quality videos. I mean, all that stuff plays into effect, but it really is just having that consistent message and having everyone respond to it. I mean, all of us are very thankful for M Live and the coverage that they do with the arts, and we're thankful for everyone that wants to be in tune with it. I don't know if I took Sonic Lunch and moved it to Milan if we'd have the same reaction as we would in Ann Arbor, but the vibrant downtown community wants to go out and do things, and we're very lucky for that. Like with Top of the Park, I had so many people come to Ann Arbor and they're like, they haven't seen the marketing yet, but they know it's there, and they're home from college, and they just, first thing they're gonna do is be like, who's playing Top of the Park? And they're gonna go regardless and get the information because they grew up with it, and they want to celebrate it. They want to bring their kids to do what they enjoyed as a child. I, miss the old concrete jungle on top of the place, or on top of the parking garage from when I was a teen going to the top of the park. The new location's 1,000 times better, but it's awesome to grow up with something like that and see, and to be a part of it now and to share it with my son. And I think all these city festivals are sharing that and continuing the legacy with that. So as long as we're consistent in bringing great bands and creating a safe, fun environment, I feel like we're going to be really strong and people are going to come out.
I echo what both of you said, and so does Mike. We also do surveys. We look a lot at our electronic demographics, particularly through Google Analytics, which, as you all probably know, it's really easy to get lost in and to spend way too much time there trying to figure out why there's such a huge number of people in New York and LA looking at what's happening at Top of the Park. Seriously.
They're all students.
It's stunning, yeah, but they're planning, are they gonna come home for somebody's wedding? And what else is going on, and should they book a longer ticket home? This is like the kind of thing that we start to learn, and people are calling a ticket office about tickets to Indigo Girls because they're planning a big reunion weekend all of a sudden that they weren't planning before. So the reach, as you've described it, Christopher, while we have all kinds of great standard things that we try and do to reach different communities and audience that we believe that we're serving, there's so much that happens anecdotally that we, as echoing what Matthew was saying, we strive really hard to have a consistent brand, to offer a consistent level of production experience, the quality of what you experience at any Ann Arbor Summer Festival event. if it's at the library, if it's downtown, if it's in the power center, so that there is that total trust in terms of the curation, in terms of what that production experience is like, how you can bring your friend or bring your grandmother and you know that they're going to leave and have had a good time. You may not have arrived thinking you liked bluegrass music, but then you heard that other band and you really like them. So I guess that means you like bluegrass. But it's great because you came and had that experience with that trust, which we talked about earlier. So that anecdotal reach finds us those new audiences. Ideally, when we're taking a look at those stats through Google Analytics, what our ticket buyer data is, and what's happening on the apps, that's where we're starting to learn more about who that audience is. Then we make the extra reach because we make the effort to also reach out to specific communities so that they feel invited when we have programming that matches. Like as an example, we've got the band The Polish Muslims coming this year to Top of the Park. And so we use actually a community engagement committee of volunteers who help us try and identify folks who are either in the Polish American community in the area or in the general area, or who might be interested in that activity. And we literally go out and try and reach out and invite them. They may not come, they may not have any interest in that particular band, but we want to make sure that they know about it, that it's happening. So that kind of unique, targeted reach to different communities is something that we adjust year to year based on the programming that we're doing. And I think that carries through for each of us in what we're doing. If there's a particular artist like Joshua Davis who's coming to Sonic Lunch, there's going to be a specific reach tomorrow. Or, an incredible world-renowned ceramicist that you guys are toting because they've been getting incredible awards. There is that natural reach that's going to happen driven by programming.
I would also like to say, like, Top of the Park and Sonic Lunch, like, we're retweeting each other, we're posting about it. I'm emceeing the acoustic stage this weekend. I think both of us know that there's a lot of people in the city, and we need to work together to support each other with the art fair too and the Townie Street Party. Like, we're so proud of each other. Amy, for example, has been like a mentor to me, and like I've like taken her out to lunch, like, who books this band? Everything else, like, she's gone above and beyond it to be part of the fabric of the success of Sonic Lunch because she cares about the community. And I think everyone at this panel thinks about community first and helps each other and are there for each other, which you don't really see in other cities. It's more competing for stuff. And I think that really translates to a lot of our success is working together, and people understand that and collaborate with each other.
The cultural environment here, the collaborative cultural environment in Ann Arbor is fantastic.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if those polls or surveys or analytics are available on your website that show how these events impact local retailers.
The question is whether or not there is information on the website or provided by the festivals that show their impact on local retailers. And by way of the panel, we have 2 more minutes left before our time, so each of you gets a time certain.
We know that data. We don't publish it we don't have it available on our website currently.
Do you share it? How would we get that information?
I'm happy to email it to you. Would caution you that our information currently is dated, and at the end of this year we'll have much more current information.
Thank you.
I would suggest going to Sonic Lunch tomorrow and trying to get a seat at a restaurant within a mile.
We're actually looking forward to a really great tool that the Ann Arbor Community Foundation has going to be launching. I think they're announcing in June that we have been participating with the creation of, that helps the community, both folks who have businesses in the community as well as donors, understand the impact of the arts in Washtenaw, dollar for dollar, and what that impact is. Basically, it can be like a calculator that shows what different financial impact each of these events, or events in general in arts and culture that are happening. And I don't know the date of when the actual tool is going to be released, but we're actually looking forward on relying on something like that to take it off of just what we're telling people our impact is, so there's a third party. So it's coming.
And just by the way, to follow up on Amy's point about the community foundation's findings and studies, there's a little spoiler alert on that. If you think that Michigan football has a bigger impact on the community than the arts and culture, you have another thing coming. It's that important to the community as a whole, and that's by audience, that's by direct spend. It's a very big deal. And with that, 12:45. Thank you so much.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, panel. Very good information, wonderful. I'm excited. Sonic Lunch tomorrow. Should be a beautiful day. Thank you. So, anyways, so now we get to do introductions. So this is your 15 minutes of fame, or more like 10 seconds of fame. But we ask you to stand up, say who you are. If you're looking for something, briefly share it with us. And then you can pass the mic, and we'll go all the way around the room by noon. By one. It's a miracle that happens and this is your last introduction of the year because we're taking the summer off. Because in July and August, we're doing like things like Art Fair and Summer Festival and all that. So anyways, we're going to start up here with Megan, who's so nice she's here. She will start.
Thanks, Derek. Hi, I'm Megan Crosby. I haven't been to LA2M in forever, so I'm so glad to be back. I saw Matthew post it on Facebook, another example of supporting other things in the area. I'm a local realtor helping people buy and sell in the Ann Arbor area. Good luck.
My name is Geraldine Cheese. I work in Ann Arbor at the moment. I am currently organizing an event in Detroit called the Detroit Gatsby Lawn Party. It's going to be the first annual. It's themed to the Detroit of the 1920s. Anyone has any information about vendors, retail and food, sponsors, anything like that, volunteers, I'm interested in learning more. We are celebrating the 1920s from the jazz age with local musicians, through Prohibition, although we will not be enacting Prohibition, we will be acknowledging its existence. It's themed, so if you like dress up, if you like the 1920s, if you want to come out to Detroit to support the Detroit community, please talk to me. Detroit Gatsby Lawn Party.
Hi, my name is Billy Harrington. It's actually the first time I did.
Please stand up.
I saw Matthew's post on Facebook. I'm just a freelance musician, and I just wanted to come out and I love the festival chat and all that.
From those who came before me and stand up. I'm Bud Gibson. I created the Center for Digital Engagement at Eastern Michigan University. On Monday, we are going to be starting a clinic with Ann Arbor Spark Incubator Companies. It'll run for 8 weeks, and it's going to be helping them develop digital marketing campaigns and then use Google Analytics to track whether that's having a real impact on their business. We look at this as a way to kind of reach out from the university to the local business community and help train our students too. And we're very excited to be launching that in just a few days.
I'm Roger Rail. I'm a venture catalyst. I help with a lot of networking groups in town, and I'm founder and leader of Ann Arbor Video Interest Group, which is going to meet tonight in Dexter at the Jolly Pumpkin Null Cafe, Null Tap Room, I guess it's called. And we're going to be, we have food coming in, and of course they have beer there, and we're going to have drones. So what could go wrong? If the weather cooperates, we'll be flying drones outside. So that's tonight at starting at 6:30. It's a2vig.org if you want to RSVP.
Hi, my name is Samantha Nielsen. I am with Celine Main Street. We are a nonprofit group in Saline, Michigan. We put together events throughout the year. We have a music series that's coming up. It doesn't draw as big of a crowd, certainly, as Sonic Lunch, but we're working on it. And we have summer festivals and winter festivals, so we're just looking for some information to apply to that.
Hi, my name is Lisa Fuentes. I'm marketing manager of the Ann Arbor Art Center. This Friday we have an awesome opening reception for an exhibition called Finding a Place in Time, 3 artists at Detroit. So you're all welcome to join us at the Art Center, the 117 Gallery, at 6 p.m.
Hi there, my name is Stacey Bodner. I'm the fundraising and special events coordinator at the Ann Arbor Art Center, and Louisa stole my thunder telling you about the exhibition Friday night. But we would love for you all to attend. It's from 6 to 9, and we have food, wine, beer, so come on over.
Hello, my name is Barry McDonald. I'm the founder of Try to See. Try to See is a festival app, or you can use it as a festival app. We're actually using our app this year at the Canton Liberty Festival, 3-day festival in Canton. So I'm interested in learning more about you and what you do, and if you're interested in talking about getting the festival app, very low-cost festival app, talk to me and I can help you with that.
Good afternoon, I'm Dr. Thomas Blackwell, founder of Impel International. We help people to diversify their income. If you're looking for ways to establish another source of income, touch base with me.
Hello, my name is Mark Coley with CPS Companies. We service, sell, and install business employees trade assistance.
Hello. First of all, I love the festivals. I live in Farmington Hills and I always come out. I just can't wait for the summer. I don't even know if there's a winter festival, but I think a winter festival needs to be launched because I have to wait till the summer for everything fun. My name is Linda Baker. I work for a nonprofit called JBS. We do workforce development. My ask today is we're getting ready to launch e-cycle opportunities, which is going to be recycling anything that plugs in. All of the money that we raise is going to go back into programs that help people with disabilities find jobs. So if your company might need to dispose of some things, we would be more than happy to do that. And we do our tools, I think is what it's called, that safely, securely shreds your hardware. Thanks.
Hello, my name is Amanda, and I am a freelance graphic designer here in Ann Arbor, and I am also a lecturer in landscape architecture at the University of Michigan.
Hi again, everybody. Jim Uziel. I am a web and mobile development consultant, and so if you need help with your website and creating more mobility with it, I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Thanks.
Hi everybody, I'm Stacy. My real job is I'm the sales manager at Dollar Bill, your local digital print shop. We do business cards, postcards, everything you guys need for the fairs. And my side job is I'm the treasurer of LA2M. I'm the vice president of University Event Planners, which is a fabulous group because there's lots of event planners in this room. And this Friday is our big conference at Eastern. So if you haven't signed up, go check out University Event Planners and sign up, and you guys can come to the conference on Friday. Thank you.
Go to my workshop here.
Oh yeah, Matt's doing a workshop. That's right.
Hi, I'm Jim Hume. I'm principal of Fire Group. We are a full-service marketing firm here in town. Worked with a few of you here, especially Amy. We've worked with the Summer Festival actually now. This is our 10th year of working with the Summer Festival. We also work with UMS, Athletics Department, Health System, a lot of different places here in town, and across the land.
And I'm Christy Smith. I'm an account executive at Fire Group, and we're just looking forward to the festival starting the next week or so.
Hi, I'm Dan Grusk. I'm a software engineer by day and a musician by night. I play in a jam and funk band called Liquid Monk and a jazz group called GFK Trio. I saw Matt's post on Facebook and just want to stay in tune with the music community in Ann Arbor and what's going on at festivals and meet other nice people. So.
I'm Emily, and I'm an intern at Eugenics.
I'm Bryce Blackwood. I'm also an intern at Eugenics.
Well, I'm also an intern at Eugenics.
Hi, I'm Emily, and I'm not an intern at Eugenics. I'm a content producer, but I was one. And I was live tweeting, so next time you know LA2M in the fall, check it out. At LA2M.
Hi, I'm also Emily, and not affiliated with Eugenics. I'm Emily Connie. I'm the director of marketing at a local tech firm called Aisling. We sell a variety of different softwares for editorial, systems for publishing, CRM, customer relationship management software for small businesses. So if any of you need to manage your databases, let me know. And we also sell magazine publishing software. I have 2 members of the marketing staff with me today.
Hi, I'm Erica Brady. I'm relatively new to the marketing scene, so any info I can pick up with you.
Hi, I'm Shatari. I'm an intern at Aisling, so yeah. And yeah, I'm also pretty new to marketing and looking to learn as much as possible in the industry.
I'm Courtney. I'm the graphic designer at Eugenics.
And I'm Allison. I'm the content strategist at Eugenics.
I'm Trisha, and I work at Steve's Custom Signs, and we've done a lot of signage for the Cillian Celtic Festival and also the Summerfest. So I just wanted to come out and see what you guys are all about.
I'm Susan
Harris. I'm retired. I'm just here to enjoy myself. Thank you for all coming. If I may make one comment, I heard the word community a lot. I only heard football. I heard mentions of U of M here, UMS, which people probably don't know what it is. But we can't talk about culture in Ann Arbor without mentioning U of M.
Go blue. Go blue.
It's not the go blue stuff, it's the culture.
Tom Gallagher. I have a business consulting company, and I work with small to mid-sized businesses, helping elevate their sales and business development.
Hello, I'm Slato Fagundes, and I'm the digital marketing manager at Blue Media. It's a full-service arts and culture marketing agency.
Hi, I'm Kathy Wilder. I'm a recently retired development officer from the University of Michigan. And I'm also a volunteer with a lot of the arts, with Summer Festival, with UMS, with the ARC, and a lot of things. And that's what makes Ann Arbor good. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Janet Max, and I recently started my own company, Enhanced Endeavors. I'm a communication professional with an entrepreneurial spirit is my tagline. And I'm really passionate about elegant, clear communications, but I really also love to help young organizations develop and really up their game. Two things about events. I'd love to see Dick Siegel at Sonic Lunch and/or Summer Festival. And I also volunteer, Kathy made me think of it, with Homegrown Festival in the fall, which I think is one of the greatest events we've got in Ann Arbor.
I'm Linda Paul. I'm the communication marketing manager at Catholic Social Services, and just trying to get some ideas of what we can do to make our events a little more successful.
Hey, I'm Jody John, and actually Lynn Robbie. I'm the community engagement officer there at Catholic Social Services, and I'm just always on the prowl now for great collaborators and ideas for us to find ways to involve the community in raising awareness and in working with us to create safe and just communities. Also, I only moved here about a year ago from Denver, so I'm really excited that there are cool fairs and festivals.
My name is Ross Huff. I play the trumpet for a local band called the Magpies, as well as a number of other freelance projects. A lot of our success in the past has been as a result of the exposure we've gotten from these various festivals and events, and I'm just hoping to increase my knowledge of marketing and business, which is basically zero, so this has been very helpful.
My name is Wendy Smith, and after working for many years in the nonprofit sector, a variety of places around town, I now work for Gannett, who you probably know as USA Today and Detroit Free Press and things, but I work in this area doing digital strategy campaigns for some of the Ann Arbor areas, Bank of Ann Arbor and things like that. We figure out what the best way to get the word out to outlying areas. So I do that. And in my spare time, I have a partner that's a musician named George Bedard, so we're busy with the Summer Festival and Sonic Lunch and Art Fair and all those kinds of things. Yay. This Sunday is Grilling for Food Gatherers, by the way, and Backpods will be there right before the Kingpin, so please come out and support Food Gatherers. It's a great organization.
Hey everybody, Kevin Brown, writer-editor with the University Record at the University of Michigan, and a singer-songwriter, rock and roll guitar player with Corn Daddy of Ann Arbor Band, and we're playing here a week from Saturday. And I think these guys do a great job with the festivals, amazing job.
Hi, my name is George Pariso. I'm a freelance videographer. My company's name is Brainstream Creative. I've been in the field since 1998, and I've been on my own for about 3 years now. What I like to do is story-driven work that also takes into account not only your promotional strategy, but your overall marketing plan. And when I say marketing, I mean more than just advertising. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Dennis Spencer, founder, co-owner of the Paint and Pour downtown in Ann Arbor here. We do mainly corporate events, we do team building, we do private parties, a lot of bachelor parties, but we also have events running 7 nights a week, including kids' classes on weekends. So come on to the Paint and Pour for a good time. Thank you.
Carrie Sprague, I'm the manager of the Arbor Mayor and we're just looking to make connections with the community. We're really big on
fundraisers and awareness and helping out the community. We do a lot of donations to school groups and however we can help out. Hit me up.
Danny Murphy, also with the Payton Corps, and I'm the special events coordinator, so I'll be talking to some of you fine people. I've emailed you already. And we're just looking to expand our reach in the community, get a little involved, promote ourselves.
I'm Curator Sherline from Print Studios, and I'm a commercial editorial and portrait photographer, which covers almost everything except for weddings, products, 18-wheel trucks, for instance, that have been trimmed out for exhibitions, executive portraits, events, concerts. Thank Matt for making it possible that Dr. Reeves sang me happy birthday last Wednesday.
Right? I know, people were like, your son's birthday's today? I was like, no, my son's Carter, and everyone thought it was his birthday. It was hilarious.
Thanks, Carter. All right, well, we pretty much made it by one, so thank you. So I'm Derek Marmont, CEO of Ingenix, that company where there's a lot of people in the back. And we are a full-service digital agency, inbound marketing, lead generation firm. So if you're looking to drive traffic, we don't really work with festivals, but that's okay. It's good. We like festivals. We like festivals. Yeah.
I just want to mention real quick, all that stuff you see in the picture is for rent. So if you're a festival and you need something, I have it in my building. We do 20 stops, 20 weeks in 20 different cities. So if it's not on tour, I got it. So.
Very good.
Great. We try to help all the nonprofits, and that comes directly from
LA2M discount. All right, yeah, thank you for our sponsor, Ben Maher, as you've heard. And thank you for our panel. These guys are really great. Let's give them one last round of applause. So I want you to all go have a great summer and come back in the fall. We'll be back, and thanks for being here. Have a great summer. Thanks, folks.